Hi, everyone. We are back for our second Facebook Live of the day.
Yes.
And Lisa did a beautiful project. Show it, Lisa, if,
Oh,
if
it's
you
so
have it handy.
yeah, it's right by
It's
me.
so cute.
It's just way cute. Right.
Here, I'll make I'll make it you big. There. Isn't that cute? That
I
is the
love
back
it.
of a frame, and it's just adorable. I love it.
Yeah, it's an artist frame. And
Yep.
I mean, because I love doing shadow boxes and they're expensive.
Oh no. Whew, everything's
Oh yeah.
expensive.
But
Yes.
yeah, true. But I mean, they're way expensive. So if
Yeah.
you get these canvases, the artist canvases in like bundle packs.
Oh, yeah, you get 4 or 5, and they're so
Yeah,
much cheaper.
yeah, and there's yeah. So I use mine all the time.
Yeah.
I love them. Never to paint on them though.
Jeannie says, "That's so cute, Lisa." Hi,
How
Jeannie. Hi,
did
Gina.
you?
Twice in one
Hi.
day you caught us, Gina. That is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Hi guys. How's it going?
So, I just want to say a few things. We're gonna announce the winners at the end, or the winner. Did I say we'd give away 2 ebooks? Or
No, you were gonna do yours.
I know. Did I say I'd give away 2? We'll give
I
away
don't,
2.
okay.
Lisa can pick one more winner while I'm live.
Yep, I'll do that.
Hi, Elizabeth and Helen, Becca. It's so nice to have you all here. So we're giving away. I created an ebook. It's not out on our site yet. It is for full quilting. It's for my stamps, and I did it in January. I think
Oh,
maybe. I think I did it in January,
yeah, I think
and I just haven't put it on our site yet because I'm waiting. I got a bunch of my stamps in, but they were all spoken for, so I need more stamps before I actually put it out.
yeah.
And but we're giving
Got
away 2 of those ebooks.
yay.
And we want you to like, share, and comment this video and Lisa's video from earlier to be entered for a giveaway from Therm from AdTech.
Yes.
So one lucky person will get glue gun and glue sticks and maybe some other fun stuff. So
That lighted glue gun is amazing.
I'm not sure that's one they'll be getting, but
No, but it's still amazing.
a lighted one. So I still have mine here. So
Yeah.
it lights up when it's all
That,
charged. It's blue, but when
yes.
you use it, there's a light. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
That's just ingenious. I'm sorry, but I just like fell in love when I saw that. I was, are you kidding me? You mean I can actually
Well,
see?
I know. All right.
I can actually
So
see it now?
for today's live, I am using AdTech's glue guns, but I'm using the mini corded glue guns, and I'll show you guys why. But
They have a lot of
you,
products.
you could do this with the cordless ones, but I'm using several, and the cordless ones would be so much easier to have on my workspace because I wouldn't have cords everywhere.
Yeah.
But we are playing with, I have them all down there, glittered glue sticks, and these I love. I
There's
remember my kids were little and glitter glue sticks came out. And I just fell in love because I love glitter. And
all right.
a glue stick, how easy is that? I love that glue gun, Rebecca says. I have a little mini and I'm not too crazy about it. Right. I know that one is pretty special.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But yeah, so we're using glitter glue sticks and we're doing like faux wax seals.
Very cool.
Isn't that cool?
Very cool.
I love wax seals and I wish I was more fancy and did wrote beautiful handwritten letters
Yeah.
and did the wax seal. I mean, I got an envelope about 6 months ago with a wax seal on the back, and I was so excited.
Yeah.
I mean, I peeled that little thing off, and I still have it.
Of
But,
course you do.
yeah, I mean,
Oh, you
just too
save
much fun.
everything. Yeah.
Jeannie, what else can we do with a glitter glue stick? Okay, so, like, if you have molds
Oh, yeah.
or,
Clay?
for clay or for resin, you can, put your glue in there and let it set up, and then, like, it depends what kind of mold you have, but you can get all kinds of molds, like heart molds or, leaves, and
Yep.
the
There's
cake decorating department of stores have so many to choose from.
yeah, there's
I
tons.
had one, um, I think I still have it. My brother, he carves. He can make anything.
Oh my God, the
And
stuff.
he took and he carved a skeleton's head, and I took and made a mold out of it.
Yeah, it
So,
was,
but you can,
um,
put them in molds, and you can use them just to decorate things. But
I like the silicone molds the best.
I have one here I'm using
Yeah,
today.
yeah,
Yep,
I
I love
love
the
those.
silicone
Yeah,
molds.
I love the silicone ones because for me they just seem like everything pops out a lot easier.
Well, you don't wanna use the plastic ones. You want
Yeah,
ones
no,
that
'cause
are for resin
yeah,
or clay. Sculpey has a lot of great, molds, and some of them are super flat. You can make lace and intricate things and
yes,
beautiful things with clay, but you can use all of those molds because 'cause they're oven safe, and so they're safe for a hot glue gun with
right.
the hotness going in there, but you just have to be patient, let it set up. You put lots of times, even when I'm doing this, they're there, and I just wanna look and see, and yeah, you wanna wait.
You got get that whole impatient thing going on. I get it.
Well, the reveal. It's always about the reveal,
Yep,
you know,
exactly.
so, yeah. So, I am going to put my camera down
Okay,
and get
I'm gonna
started.
pop out, but I will still be here, of course.
She will still be here, and I'm gonna unswitch. There we go. Okay, so what we're using today is AdTech has lots of glitter glue sticks. I mean, they have 6 colors in this package. And so I have some of them here. So they have this beautiful royal blue, and I would say emerald green and ruby red. And they have gold, silver, and they have clear. So all of those are beautiful. And in this package, I think you get 3 of each. And that's what we're using today. I am using the AdTech mini glue gun today, the corded one. And I would suggest to anybody that wants to do this is to have one dedicated glue gun for glitter, because you know when you put the clear stick in, you have to use, like, you have to get the glitter out, and then you have to use half of a glue stick to have the glitter not mixed with the clear glue stick. So these ones are super inexpensive. I think they're under $10. And if you can have a dedicated one just for glitter, that is awesome. I, however, actually have 3 of them going here. So I have gold in here, I have blue, and I have one over here with green. So I have them heating up, and I want to show you, because this is just a technique today. We're not really doing a project, but I want to show you some of the ones and do's and don'ts when doing this. I mean, you learn from everything, and I've been creating these faux wax seals for so many years. but you want to, I'll show you when I put the glue out, but you want it in a nice pile so that you can get a nice impression. If you get a wonky impression or you have lots of, I mean, this would be perfect on an envelope, but if you're making them to use later and it's all lopsided and stuff, you can come in and cut it with the scissors. But sometimes they'll have strings on them and stuff. But I'm going to show you how to do this with a solid glitter stick. And then I'm going to show you how to do it with multiple. I mean, that is so cool that you can do this. And then, of course, this is a solid. And then I used, Sizzix has some, let me grab one so I get the name right. It is their wax luster, and it's nice and thick, and you can come in there and just do the highlighted areas so you can see that heart. Otherwise you wouldn't be able to see that heart. Same with the flourish and stuff. You wouldn't see any of that in a solid glitter, because I can show you one right here that I did. Like from a distance you can't tell what's in there, and then if I get up close, if I get it at the right angle, there you can see the flourish. But when you highlight that just a little bit with the wax luster, it just makes it pop. So I'm going to move these out of the way. And there are several ways you can do this. So I'm going to just start with the gold glitter. And I'm going to have another stick on hand because you do use quite a bit. And I'm going to pull this over. I'm going to turn this. I have 3 Teflon sheets here. Not that it's going to hurt my work surface if I do it with just one, but that way I could move this one around. And this is a nice clean one. The other ones are pretty well loved. So when I do this, so that you don't get that real spread out look, I just, I give it a squeeze, and then I give it a squeeze right on top of that. I don't move my glue stick around or my glue gun around so that it's making a big circle. But if I do it just right on top of it like that, it seems to, and I need my other glue stick in there, it seems to go in a nice circle for me. And I do it about the size of a quarter. And then you can take your wax seal tool and just drop it in there in the center. And you're going to want to let this set up for 5 minutes at least. 5, maybe a little bit more, depending. So this one I've had sitting, and it pulls up, and sorry guys, I lost you. My phone went off, and then I lost my camera. So it pulls up, and you just, did you hear that little snap, that little crack? It pulls away, and then you get this beautiful faux, I call it a faux wax seal. It's really a glue seal, but isn't that beautiful with that glitter? So another way you can do this, if you want more than one color, is you can take, if you have more than one glue gun, you can take and add a little bit, and then add a little bit of another color. And I'm gonna get some green in here. Let me put the green another stick in there. Add a little bit more. And here I'm not going right on top of each other, which I normally would if it was solid, but I'm trying very hard to keep it in proportion. But I'm going to be moving this around, so that's why it's not as important that I am going on top of each color. So that's about enough. Now, the glue's going to stay hot for a minute, and I'm just taking a craft stick, and I'm just coming in here and spreading those colors just a little bit. And then I come around the edge to try to keep a nice shape. I know some of that I'm going to have to pull away. And for this one, I'm just using, this is just flat. I'm just going to drop that in there. And then I'm going to let it sit. Now, another way you can do this, if you don't have 3 glue guns, right? I mean, most people don't have a bunch of glue guns just sitting around, is I take when I have my glitter in here, my glitter stick, and if I want to change colors, I want to use the rest of this gold, and I would just take and do a drop and just do some drops of that color until the color stick that I wanted. If I wanted blue and it was coming out, then I would stop. But instead of wasting any glue, you can make all these little droplets, right? And that's what I have here. I have a bunch of little droplets that I made from all these colors. Move this up. So these I made, and also like if you want to not be using a hot glue gun all the time when you're making wax seals, you can make all these little things in advance and then you can heat these up. I even have, I told you I would show you what to do with all those little pieces of glue that kind of drips down. You can save those in your little tins so you have them all. But you can take these to create faux wax seals too. And I'm going to show you how. So let's do blue. So you take and put your blue glue dot down. It's not a glue dot because it's not sticky. But I'm going to do blue, gold, and green. So it's very important because it's hot. What you're going to be doing is that you have a craft stick. I'm going to plug my heat gun in over here. So I'm unplugging one of my glue guns. I'm not sure which one I unplugged, but so you want a craft stick to work with. So you can kind of hold these in place a little, but this is going to be a little loud, so I hope you guys can still hear me. I'll only be a minute with the heat gun. So you come down and you start heating them together. And you can tell it's sticky when it starts sticking to your craft stick. But you can heat these up, and it takes a bit. So, I mean, you got to put quite a bit of heat on to remelt them. And you can see them starting to go. You don't have to hold it any longer once it's starting to melt. But when it starts to melt, you can see how gorgeous those colors are. I don't know if you can see as well as I can, but that glitter really is coming through. And so you can melt those together, and then you can come in again and bring your colors through. Everyone is unique, I would say, because you're never going to have the same look or style. And for this one, I'm going to use this and just stick this down in here. So now you can see, because I used 3 of those, how spread out that is, how uniform this one is. And even this one, I was able to keep the uniformness of it, even with those 3 colors, because I was using the glue stick to put those layers down in there. So I'm going to move this out of the way while those are drying. I'm going to show you one more way. If you want everything perfect, you can buy a silicone mold. And when I saw this one, I knew this was perfect for pins and wax seals and all sorts of things. I just knew it was perfect. And to use this, I'm going to see which glue gun I unplugged. I think this one's still plugged in. Well, I'm going to try it. So I'm going to start with the gold. And to use this, you don't have to fill up this entire thing, but know that when you're putting your color in or your colors, it's not going to go beyond that, right? I mean, it's only going to go no bigger than that. But you can come in and be a little, you don't have to be so precise, but you can put your colors down. And then I'm going to take just a button I have and put that in there and let that set up. But you can do that. It's so fun. You can do these inside here. You can heat those up and it keeps them more uniform than this. I mean, because this is kind of like all over the place. So I like to be able to do it inside the mold here and keep it more uniform. I'm going to see if this one is done. And then you just pull it away. And if it's not done, it might pull up from here, but it won't release from your tool as easily as if it is done. So when you hear that little, I don't know if you can hear it, but you can hear that little pulling away. So that one is done. I'll put some luster cream on it in a minute. I was just going to show you with these in here in the heat gun how cool that is. So I want to get my craft stick again just to hold them kind of down in place till they start melting. Because they'll kind of fly wherever if you have this heat gun going. So I just want to keep them down. You wouldn't want something hot like this coming up and hitting you. There, they're starting to melt enough. I can pull that away. But this will keep it in a more uniform shape by using the silicone mat or the silicone mold. And then I'm going to come in here, and you don't have to come in here and mix the colors. I just think it's kind of cool to have those mixed a little bit. And then, so you can see that one didn't get all the way to the edge. I don't know if you can see it, but they don't go all the way to the edge, but keeps them contained, which is nice. So next I want to show you, I showed you that I threw a button on that one. So you can, if you don't have a lot of wax tools to use, you can take and put a button on a cork so that you're able to use it. For these, you want to make sure that you have glued your button into the cork, keep the shank on, glue it into the cork, and let it set up for a couple days so it doesn't come loose. And those work perfectly because there's so many cool buttons. But when you're choosing buttons, you want to choose buttons that are decorative, but not like a button like this is beautiful, but it has all these holes. So you don't want that because the glue will come up into that. Even though it's on the cork, it'll get stuck inside those little crevices. So you don't want something so intricate. But some of these, they're just cool. And you never know what they're going to look like. So it's always fun to try them. If you don't have corks, you can, like I did that one over there, just hold the shank and set it in and then pull it out. Just make sure you keep that shank on and you're good. So buttons are always fun. And that's another way to use your buttons. Now, AdTech has the glitter glue sticks. They also have neon glue sticks. I don't have any more of these. I only had these 3, which is why I didn't show them. But colors would be pretty too. So like you could mix colors. If you're not into glitter, you could mix colors up and that'd be really cool too. So let me see if anything is cooled off enough. I think this one might be. So you can peel it from your craft stick. And then there you go. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. This edge isn't perfectly round, but I still like it because you could use it and you could put a ribbon underneath it and have the ribbon coming out from the bottom. And those colors, that glitter is so pretty. Now let's try this one over here. That's all wonky, and I know it's all wonky. There we go. And this will pull off the craft stick, this excess right there. Peels just right off. Now this one is done, but then it has all of this excess. So you'd have to decide if you like that excess or not. If you don't, you can totally come in with the scissors and trim it away. I would just trim away the very, very, very thin stuff and still kind of keep that strange shape that it is because it's not perfect at all. But you're able to come in and do that. And this one actually turned out so cool because the gold on the top part of the flourish really, you can really see it. Let me see. Can you see that shape? I think you can see it. But that one, I don't think I'd put any luster wax on. But these ones, like, let's do this green one right here. With the luster wax, I like to use just a little throwaway makeup sponge. Or you could use a Q-tip and just put a little on there because a little goes a long ways. You can put it on your finger and rub it on, but when you do that, you also get some of the bottom. And I want to try to get just the raised area. And I think I have more control with the little makeup sponge. But that really makes that pop. And then you can see all of that beautiful glitter. You could take this also and do it around the edge if you wanted. So it's really whatever you like, and try all sorts of things. That's what makes it fun. That's what I think we learn the most when we're just playing and trying different things. And you'll find what you really like and which method you really like of doing this. So there, you can put it around the edge and it just kind of highlights that whole thing. This one right here is another button, and you can't even see what it was. But if I take some of this luster wax and come in here, you can see all of those beautiful little ridges of that button. I got to hold it just right because I'm not sure that if you see it. In person, you can see it so much better. Let me see. Trying to get it at an angle where you can really, not sure that you're going to be able to see it, but this is the button. And you can't even see it on the button, but it has all these beautiful little tiny ridges. There we go. If I have it up way high like that. So now let me bring this up way high and see if there you go. Isn't that cool? I love this. I love this button. Not sure where I got that one. But that's just some of the things that you can do when you're doing this. Now, it's also a good idea. I don't have it this time, and I don't have it most of the time, but sometimes I'll put ice in a little tiny tray like this. And if I'm having issues getting the glue off of a piece, I'll just put it in on top of the ice. Sometimes I have the ice cubes in here and I'll have to stick it sideways. So it's making that cold, because sometimes when you pull it up, well, I said it comes up easily. Sometimes the center, because it's totally covered, isn't cooled off enough, and that will cool it off. So then you're able to peel it off so easy. So that's just another tip just to have if you're playing around. Also, you can get these little tiny silicone fingers. I think I don't use these nearly as much as I should, but they are an option, if you're pushing on things and moving things around like that. So let's see if these two are done and check those. So I'm not sure if I showed you all the little ones I made, but you can make them little tiny ones, and you can make bigger ones, and just have fun with it. Don't waste your glue. Even that little piece right there can be taken off and thrown into one of those things. So with a silicone mold, it's a little easier because you can feel the bottom of it to see if it's cooled off. And if it's cooled off enough, you could tell if it wasn't. So with this button, I'm going to pull this. And it depends what your button is made out of. Metal ones are the best. So I'm hoping this was a metal button. I might have to do another button for you because I'm not sure this is going to come off. I might need to set this in some cold water. Sorry about that. Let's pull this one off. So you just get it going. And this one is taking a minute too. This one is actually too thin in one area. So it was so thin, it pulled that up. So you just got to play with it and kind of know how much to put in there. So that was, see how thin that is right there? That's super thin. And you need them to have a little something, something. I mean, because when I put this down, it must have touched the bottom. So if I come back in, I want to show you a button just because it is so cool. So like that. And this is, like I said, my favorite button to do this with. So we're going to let that set up. And I'm going to unplug all my glue guns because I have 3 of them plugged in here. And unplug my heat gun. And then I'm going to turn the camera up and see, because I couldn't look and see if you guys had questions while I was doing this. So I'm going to switch my camera and then I'll look at your questions, and then that should be cool enough if we wait just a few minutes so you can see how easy it really is to take a button out, but not that other button. I guess I got to check and see what's wrong with that other button. I'll kind of play with it while we're chatting, and I'm looking at the questions. I don't think Kelly, love the buttons. Never thought of that. I know, right? I mean, it's just so easy to do. Gina, you'll rewatch when you get home. Thank you. There's no pressure when we play. That's right, Isabel. There is no pressure. I mean, and I think that's the best part of our job is when we get to play. Lisa, you're muted. Why are you muted? You got to unmute yourself. I can't.
I did it.
Oh.
Yeah, Ruby was doing some whining, so
I
shut it off. No, what I was saying was you could use charms also.
Oh, yeah.
Tiny charms would be very pretty. Yep.
And you just want to make sure that they're metal. Plastic won't work as well. Kaylin, could you use a heat gun to reheat the glue and then make a new impression? Yes, you could. Yes, you definitely could. And this particular one on this particular button, I might have to heat it to get it off and then clean the button and never use this one again.
Live and learn, right?
I have to switch that so things are right for me. Let me see what other questions you may have had. That's such a good tip to make your own seals using a button. Yeah, I mean, we all, if you're a crafter, most of us have so many buttons. You know, it is.
Oh, yes.
They decorate my room.
Oh, yes.
Rebecca, you've never used glitter glue sticks?
Yeah, I saw that.
They're fun. I mean, a package, they're cheap, you know, and you get a lot of them. But I would recommend, like I said, having a dedicated, cheap, inexpensive. That's why I didn't use the cordless ones. You know, they're more expensive. But if you have an inexpensive one, you only need one unless you want to mix the colors like I did with 3. But you can also, you know, just make the little droplets and have those handy to put in whenever you want.
Yep.
Those little droplets would also be beautiful, like for the center of a flower, if it's going to be in an area where it's not going to get hot. You know, you don't want anything melting.
Yeah, that would be pretty though. Another thing that I use a glue gun for, which I've done in the past, when I needed foam and didn't have, I didn't have foam to layer. So I would just make like you did. I wouldn't decorate them, but just make clear glue like
Globs.
globs and stick them on whatever I wanted to raise. So yeah, there's tons of things you can do with glue guns.
Oh, there is.
Mhm.
Isabel, I look for molds in icing baking section of craft shops because they're really good and have interesting shapes. Yes, that's where
Mhm.
I find most of mine
Me too.
in the cake decorating aisle because they
Yeah.
have molds that you wouldn't think of. When I used to do resin a lot,
Yes.
I bought these molds that were about 3 inches round, and they made perfect coasters with resin.
Mm.
So um, yeah, this one is a fail. But then again, I would say it was the button, not the glue, um, because sometimes you just have to test things out.
Yep.
And I'm not sure why with that button. Let me see if this one is done. So this one.
That's what we do. So then,
Oh, it's still kind of warm. I'm going to leave it for a second. We'll announce the winner and all that stuff, and then I'll take it out when we're all done because
okay.
it's still a little warm. When I pulled it out, it came out easy, but I could feel that that was a little warm.
Okay.
That is also smart as I made a mess. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Kelly, but it's easy to make a mess when we're crafting. But here is,
Oh,
I mean,
oh
so like
boy.
I think I did this as a live a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
But
I
you can
love
use
those.
these for, so on these I embossed leftover foil paper and just use some twine and put that right on there. And it's just the perfect little card to stick in something.
Yeah,
And but you
love
can
that.
use these for so many things. I love wax seals. I can't even it just reminds me of a simpler time.
Yes, very
And
much so.
yeah, thank you, Becca. So we are going to give away 2 ebooks from
Mhm.
last week, and Lisa has picked the winners. I don't know who they are.
Yep. Okay, so we got one from YouTube and then one from Facebook. So the first one is for Laura Lee Cosgrove. I don't know.
Oh, Laura Lee. I don't know if you're here. You were
Congratulations.
here this morning.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I haven't seen her, but congratulations to
Yes,
you.
congratulations.
Yes, Laura Lee. You need to private message us to send your email address, okay? So, and then the second one was, or is, I should say, Sandy McQuaid. So,
Congratulations.
yes,
Yay.
congratulations, Sandy. I didn't see her in here either,
No.
but we get a lot from our replays too. So, you know,
Yeah. Brenda
but
said
I
she
will
gets
be in contact or I will post that you
yeah.
guys have won. So, there
Brenda
you go.
said she got some nice silicone molds off of Amazon. Yeah. If you can't find stuff locally, I would prefer to shop locally whenever I can.
Yeah.
But if you can't, yeah, Amazon. I mean, well, where Lisa is, I mean, she does Amazon all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
I love
because
Amazon. Especially when I'm in a pinch and I need something quickly and if I have $25 or more and if it's eligible, they'll ship it overnight or they'll bring it like 4 or 5 6 o'clock in the morning, and which is perfect because then
wow.
it's here when I'm up, and it's usually got something to do with crafting when
Wow.
I get it like right away. So
Yes. So Kaylin, so like this is the one that I pulled off where the button was stuck. So you could reuse this. Like you can cut it up into like 4 pieces and throw it in with your little bits, and you could use that again. So yeah, you
yeah.
don't have to throw this away. Not at all. Okay, so now we're going to try this one again.
Okay.
I think it's soft enough or cool enough, although it may have been too thin. It's just because we're live. That's
Of
not.
course. It
It's
always happens when we're live.
it's coming. You just got to work it a little bit. Congratulations to the winners. Never fail. It's a success
Yes.
in progress. Yes. Yeah,
And Kaylin, how are my little puppies doing? She sends me pictures of her puppies.
I saw those pictures.
Yeah, I saw that she had messaged you too. I was like, oh, I love puppies.
She does.
I do. I really do.
She does. So this button doesn't want to cooperate either.
No?
Well, I'm working on it. And it's so strange because, as you can see, I had several successes.
Of course.
But
okay, good.
I'm just working it. Just give me a minute, ladies.
Of course. So in the meantime, while you're doing that, for those of you that don't know, we're doing the BellaCon event again, and that is May 14th through the 17th. So make sure that you head to our website, so you can check it out, what the teachers.
No, you can't check it out yet, but you can sign up to get information. But
yes. But we're still waiting for, pictures from the instructors and stuff. And then Anna will post all of that on our website.
The instructors, that post will go out tomorrow or later tonight, probably tomorrow morning. So you will see who all the instructors are and like a short description of what they're teaching. Like for Eileen, it's going to be journals, with her dies. Right. While I wait for the full descriptions. And then on Monday should be the preview for you guys to see what all the workshops are. And who is going to have kits available and who is not.
Yes.
And then I leave next Thursday. So next Wednesday,
I don't know how she does all
live. I will tell you the exact time that it will be live to sign up.
Okay.
Anybody who has attended BellaCon in the past, they will get an email ahead of time so they can sign up first.
Right.
That is a privilege of having been
being,
part of it.
Yeah, being part of our family.
Yeah. So don't worry, you guys will get the first option, and you will get at least a 24-hour head start before it goes out to the masses of our email list.
Yeah.
Because once again, the swag will be limited to 125. 125 swag bags. Yes. While I could do 300 swag bags, then we wouldn't have as many sponsors because they would be providing 300 products. So to keep it reasonable for them to send 125 is a very doable thing. Although when we did BellaCon at Mall of America, they sent 275, but that, has been a few years and everybody's trying to get caught up with their businesses and stuff.
Yep.
So there is the button. I've been playing with it, or the
oh, there you go.
The one from the button.
Yeah.
It just took me a minute. The center was still just way too warm.
Oh.
But yeah, I hope you guys liked this technique and you give it a try. And we would love to see it in our group, especially, just let me find the glitter one. There we go. They just come out so pretty.
So pretty. So pretty.
Something easy to use, but almost all of you might have in your crafter mix, except maybe you, Becca, that have never tried glitter glue sticks. But you can pick them up. They're not that expensive.
They're not at all.
And it's fun to try.
Yeah. Something different.
It is.
Yeah. We love that.
We do. So next week we will be back with 2 more Facebook Lives. Lisa will be at noon Central Time, and I will be at 2:00 Central Time. I will not be doing a project, but I will be telling you all about Bellicon.
Okay.
And so if you want some information about it, if you've never seen it, heard of it, what, have you, if you have questions, think of them so you can bring them.
Yeah. And ask while we're live. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not sure. I think I might be doing Pear Blossom Press.
I think I might be.
Yeah. I don't know for sure yet, but
yeah.
I can't tell you what it is. But
no, you will not be doing Pear Blossom Press.
Yes, she said I could.
Ahead of NAMTA? She
No.
said after.
No, she said from the 2nd on.
Okay.
But then I emailed her back and said, okay, so you are talking about actually the 2nd, because I wanted to make sure. And she's like, yes, 2nd is fine. Yes. So Pear Blossom Press has a brand new tool out. And
very cool.
Yeah, nobody has seen it yet except for us.
You guys will see it first.
Yep, because it's going to be, she's going to show it at the NAMTA show, which is the 2nd on, right? April 2nd on. I can't remember. But
I'm leaving on the 3rd. Education starts the 4th and 5th. The show starts 6th, 7th, and 8th. So I will be gone for the next. I'll be here next week, but then on the 9th or 10th, whenever that Wednesday is, I will be traveling. So I won't be here then. But
yes, so I will be here.
But I will be filming things from the show.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Will Bellicon be recorded? Yes. You'll be getting back from Italy, Brenda.
Oh boy.
If I had to pick.
Yeah.
I guess it'd be Italy.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that would be awesome,
lovely.
Brenda. Jeez.
I mean, you go. I mean,
yeah.
My daughter called me this morning and said, because we were planning Hawaii for next year because John was going to be there, but John actually got promoted to senior master sergeant. So he got to Korea, but he won't be going to Hawaii for 3 years like we planned.
Oh.
Because senior masters, there's only so many and they choose where you're going to go.
Yeah.
So we were planning on going next year. And my daughter said, well, I'm still going. So I'm going to Hawaii with her family. And then she called me today and said her husband wanted to go this summer. And I'm like, oh, that's so soon. Oh, yeah, I can do it. But,
Rich has been
Thank you, Becca.
Rich has been talking about Hawaii next year too. That is strange that you brought that up, because he's been talking about it too, because our 45th anniversary is next March.
It has always been on my mind.
I have never been. I have always wanted to go. I have to get over the whole flying thing with the I don't know how that's going to work, if it even does, but we'll see. I'm not.
It would be awesome.
Either way. Yeah.
But Becca, hopefully John is hoping, instead of getting Hawaii for 3 years, which he wasn't thrilled with, he has been overseas for the last 7 years, I think.
It's been a while. Yeah.
He is hoping to finish out his career overseas. So he's hoping he'll get back to England and actually be able to get out, because it won't be during a pandemic. And he would like to be in England or Germany or anywhere over there. So
yes,
that would be on my bucket list
too. That's on my bucket list.
Yep. Well, thank you all for being here and sticking around with us. And I hope you liked the technique, and I hope you all give it a try and share it with us.
Yes.
And take some time to craft.
Mm-hmm. Because it's good for your soul. It really is.
Brenda, you will love Hawaii. It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah. I just, oh, we'll see. I don't know.
We'll see. Yep.
Yeah. All right, you guys.